Hi, I'm Miss Teresa. Welcome back to Make It Monday at the Box Springs Library. This is where we make creative crafts with inexpensive materials that you may have at your home or at your local store. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to knit a hat using these knitting looms. I got mine at a secondhand store, and it has the 4 sizes, which you see here. And it was supposed to come with a knitting needle and a knitting hook. Because I got mine at a secondhand store, it did not come with that, but I'm going to show you how to do it without it, okay? So if you were knitting this for an adult, you may need the bigger size or the medium size. You would put it over your head, just make sure it fits your head. If it's too small, go the next size up. It's better have it a little big than a little small, okay? I'm going to knit one for an infant just because it's faster to work with because it's a smaller area. And then you can just apply the same concept to a bigger one, okay? So we are going to make a candy corn hat, okay? Because I have a great nephew that's coming into the world, so we're going to get him ready for Halloween. Okay, so we are going to start with the yellow, because on the candy corn, yellow is at the bottom. Now you see this little knob right here? I don't know if you can see it very well. I'm trying to get a good angle. There it is. So on this little knob, or little nub, that's where you're going to tie it very loosely there to hold your spot, okay? And then we're always going to go from this spot around back to this spot again, okay? So we take the thread, or I'm sorry, the yarn, and we're just going to tie a quick little knot at the end to hold it in that place. Just like that, okay? Now all these little pegs here, we're just going to go around each peg, okay? So we're going to start off with this one. Now I've seen videos where people go this way. I go this way just because that's the way I like to do. You can go any way you want, okay? But I'm going to start here just to the right of that little peg, so right here, and I'm going to work my way around, okay? And we're going to go around this twice, so you're going to have 2 layers on this, okay? And I'll come back and show you, but let me get a little closer. All right. So we're going to start here. We already have that tied there. And we're going to go around and then around the next, and then just continue on with this. And then as you're going, give it a little pull down. You don't have to be completely all the way against this edge, but you do need to be away from the top, okay? Alright, so we've made it all the way back around to the beginning. Alright, so you see the little nub here. This is where this one ends, this one begins. So we're going to repeat the process all the way around. Okay guys, so we're back. We're at the last one. We're going to go up and over. Okay? So now that brings us back. Now each of these only have one. Can you see that? They only have one. So now we're going to repeat the process over again. We're going to take the, if I can get it to work for me guys. So we're going to take the yarn. It's coming off the last one. We're going to go around our very first one, which is to the right of the nub. So it's coming off the last one. We're going to go right to the nub. We're going to wrap around. Okay? Alright, so we're going to continue this process, keep repeating it, and we're going to do 10 layers of this, okay? So we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've gotten 5 layers in. You can see the little lines, the way the pattern is progressing. I just finished off the 5th layer. Now, this little knot that we started with, sorry guys, this little knot that we started with, we're going to untie this, and we're going to, let's untie it first. And then we're going to pull it to the back, just through here. Come on. Okay, so it's now through the back, and we're just going to tie it off right here. That way it doesn't unravel. Just find a little hole, which we're going to go right through here. Alright. I'm just going to give it a little pull, and that knotted it. And I always feel better giving it an extra one. That's totally up to you, but you don't have to. Okay. Oh, I forgot my scissors. So I'm going to snip this off with the scissors that I forgot. I'm going to go grab real quick. We're going to snip this off, or you can interweave it back through here. It's totally up to you. That way you have your beginning. And like I said, we're 5 layers in. You can tell because of the numbers of lines right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're 5 layers in, so that's halfway through the yellow. And then we're going to continue another 5, so we'll have 10 layers of the yellow. And then we're going to come back with the orange, and then I'm going to show you how to tie on to that, okay? So we'll be right back. Okay guys, so we've done 10 layers of our yellow, and you can tell that by counting the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's 10 layers on our yellow. So this is where we've just stopped. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the yellow off. And yes, I did find my scissors this time. I'm going to move the yellow out of the way. And now we're going to come in with the orange, okay? So what I do is I just tie a knot here. And you can make it short, however you want. I like to give myself some length to tie my knot. That way I don't pull on what I've already done. So like that, and pull it pretty tight. That way it doesn't come on loose. And we're going to cut the extra off. Alright, smooth that out of the way. Move scissors. Alright, so just like before with just the yellow, we have the original line, which is right here. And we're going to start with this one, because that's the one we started with at the beginning, because we just ended with the yellow, which is right here. And that's where it ends, and this is where the other row is going to start. So this will make row 11, okay? So remember, we go around the back, around the peg, and to the next one. Around, around, around. And even though we've changed colors, we're still doing the same pattern, okay? Nothing has changed in the way we're doing this. And just as you're going along, make sure you're sliding it on the inside, so that way you can pull the yellow down to make room for the orange. Okay. So we're coming back to our tie-on. So this is the last one of this row. And then, whoops. Let's try that again. So now this is the last one of this row. Tie around, and then with the orange we're going to go loop around that little peg there to hold it in place, okay? So now we have the two colors, the yellow and the orange, and just like before, either with your hook, this is a cricket hook, you can use a skewer, however you want to do it. Remember to get the bottom yarn, lift it up and over the peg, okay? So you take the bottom yarn I say bottom because it's on the bottom of this, okay? This is top, this is bottom. I know it's upside down for y'all, but I can't do it. I can't really do it this way. I can try. Okay, so you're going to take this. We're going to go up and over, okay? So, probably going to need this for it. And these pegs have little cutouts in them. That makes that needle, that hook slide really easily in there to grab that yarn, okay? So we're just going to continue with the same pattern up and over, and then we're going to do 10 layers of orange, okay? So we'll be right back. So we're back. We've done 10 layers of the orange. We have the original 10 layers of the yellow, and now we're going to add 10 layers of the white, okay? So just like before, we find the end, quibbly and blurry, we find the end of this, and we're going to cut, and we're going to move the orange out of the way, and then we'll get the white. And I forgot to mention, the yarn is just some acrylic yarn that we bought, you know where, and it's just some inexpensive yarn. You can use whatever kind of yarn that you have, and the thicker the yarn, of course, you know, the thicker your beanie will be, but we just got some inexpensive yarn from a project we had, and so that's what I'm using today, okay? So just like before, we're tying this off. Give it a good pull and make sure it's not going to come loose, and then we're going to cut the ends off. Alright, put that in my trash pile. Now, see, we still have just the one loop, so just like we've done before, we're going to, well, first we're going to get some white coming out. Okay, so this is where we just left off on this one, and this is, sorry, we just left off on this one. This is the one to the right. This is my right, your left, I guess. See, this is the one right here. So it'd be to the left of this nub. But whenever I'm looking at it from this way, so it looks like it's right. But this is one we just left off, so we're going to start with this one. And we're going to go around this. Okay. And then we're just going to keep on. And as we're going around, we're going to slide this down, the ones that you've already knitted. Alright, so we're back around to the beginning. So I have one more right here. It's going to need a loop of white. And then we're going to wrap around this little knob. And let's see if we can do this backwards, okay? So we take this one at the bottom. Sorry. We're going to take this one at the bottom. Going to lift it up and over. One at the bottom, up and over. Okay, so you can see it's getting the white on, and we're going to continue on with this process, and we're going to do 10 layers of the white, just like we've done 10 of the orange and 10 of the yellow. Okay, so we'll be right back. Okay, so we've done 10 rows of white, 10 rows of orange, 10 rows of yellow. Now it's time to get this off, okay, and finish up your little beanie hat. So first thing you're going to do is take the yarn, and you're going to wrap it around the loom, and I would say twice. Just wrap it around. So all we did was just wrap it around to get back to the beginning, and then we're going to cut it there, okay? Now, if you had that knitting, that yarn needle, that's where you would go in, put this on the yarn needle and go through the bottom of this, and then gather them all that way. Since we don't have it, my kit did not come with that, I'm going to show you how we're going to do it, okay? So, first thing we're going to do is lift this up and hold it with your hand, and we're just going to slide this through that loop, okay? Just like that. And then we're going to repeat this process all the way around, okay? So we're going to lift this up right here, hold it, and slide that string of yarn through. Okay? Last one, guys. Our hat is now free. Alright. So that is what it looks like right now. So to finish this, we're actually going to take this in. We're going to go back through the hole which is right at the end. Slide that back through. Give it a good pull. And then we're going to just loop this through and go through here and then across to this side. Give it a good pull. Go in through here. Now again, if you had your yarn needle, this is where you would use it, but I don't have one, so I'm just showing you it can be done without one. Okay? And all we're doing is finding little holes big enough to slide the yarn through to gather it up to close off that end, okay? So it's all closed off. You can see that. Now we're going to tie this off. Okay. So start by making one knot, and then I want to find a little loop, little piece of yarn right there. We're going to slide that through there, and then we're going to loop that through to make another knot. And like I said, I always like to double and sometimes triple knot them, so that way you make sure it's not going to come undone on you. Okay. Alright, at this point in time, if you wanted to make a pom-pom to go on the top, you would, and then you would just attach it with your yarn needle again. So that is our little candy corn beanie. It is for, and this one's infant size, but you can make them bigger for different size kids that you may have. So that is our candy corn beanie. Thank you for joining us for this week's Make It Monday. I hope you had fun making our craft. Remember to like, share, comment. We love seeing your creations. So until next time, bye.